Now suppose we have a patient that's been scheduled and we wish to set up appointment reminders via text message or email. To do this, we're going to have to close the scheduler and go to the Master Setup section. Let's go to Master Setup and we'll click on Appointment Reminder. Here we have options to set up email and text messaging. Let's begin by selecting our From Email. Now, in this case, it's most likely going to come from the practice, so whatever our universal practice email is what we'll be using. The authorization email should remain the same as the practice email. The mail host is going to be dependent on your domain. If you're at Gmail, it would be something like. However, this is going to be changing depending on whether or not you're using your own website domain to host this email. Let's make sure to send this 1 day before the appointment. The subject will be appointment reminder, and the message will be, hello, you have an appointment tomorrow at, well, what time? In order to put in a time that's going to be changing, essentially what time this patient was scheduled for, they must first be scheduled in the scheduler, and we're going to put a tag in here. We're going to put in #@ appointment space reminder or time #@. If you have any questions, call. And here's our appointment reminder. And what this #@ symbol does is it essentially tags this so that it's going to change and be variable with whatever time this patient is scheduled. We want to enable and put in our authorization password, which is going to be the same password that we use to access this email. And we can move on to the text messaging. And the text messaging works very similarly to how the email messaging works. It's essentially going to be sending from email a reminder through the carrier to their phone. So we'll have the practice email. The authorization email will be the same. Your mail host, again, will be dependent on whatever domain you're using. We want to send this 1 day before the appointment. This should be appointment reminder. Now, the important point to make when working with SMS or text messages is that this message must be under 160 characters in length. So let's keep it simple. Your appointment is scheduled. And now we have set up SMS so that this will send 1 day before the appointment via the phone with this message. Now, in order to enable this message to get to a specific patient's phone, we must track that patient down in the search patients list. So let's take a test patient, and once that patient populates, we'll double click on their name to open up their information page. If we're doing it through the appointment reminder system, then we need to make sure that we have information entered for their home, cell, or email. Now, typically via SMS, they're going to be using their cell phone. Most home phones are not set up to receive SMS as of right now. So let's put in a cell phone. And let's put in an email as well. Once we have these two pieces of information, we can click on the appointment alert little chat box icon. And here we get to select whether we want to use the cell phone or the email reminder, one or the other. Let's go ahead and let's select email, because most of our clients are using email as opposed to only a few of them using text messages. and we can close. And now this patient, once we save, has the appointment reminder set up, and they should be enabled to receive those appointment reminders.